Morning. I've got a little bit of brain damage this morning. Get a bit excited about the markets last night, watching them tank, which was good. Bad and indifferent, generally good. And we'll be with each other soon. It's like I haven't gone away from this seat, which is somewhat irritating. I would like a change. We'll need to see who's here and who's not. I know it's a bit, just to raise your hands if you're there. Hey, Glenn, Tim. My head looks like I've been here all night, but I haven't been. If you're unlucky enough to see my head. I never know whether it's showing the video or not. Just let me know if you can hear me. I'd appreciate that greatly. Great, thanks, Tim. Tim, you've got time off. This is good. Welcome to the Forex Speed webinar for Thursday, the 16th of October, 2014. New line. Welcome to the Forex Speed webinar for Thursday, the 16th of October, 2014. New line. US dollar index, DX, new line. Well, the US dollar index disappeared. It tried to get near our order, which we actually removed stupidly, and is still heading down towards 83.84, full stop, new line. Anyway, we treat this as a fourth wave. with 83.84 as the target area on the downside, as we have mentioned previously, and 84.27 as also a potential candidate for a low. Full stop, new line. It's a classical fourth wave come down. Now, if you did get short, you can lower your stop loss to 85.78 and well done, full stop, new line. EUR USD, new line. It really did go for a run, and they seem to be escaping from the US and into Europe. So target 1.3070. Stop loss now if you are long, and well done again at 1.2700. Full stop, new line. GBP USD, new line. This has broken up and it is performing a good function, full stop, new line. It's not as good as the euro though, which is fairly typical. Full stop, new line. Now, I don't think I put a PHG trade buy on this. Who might correct me if I'm wrong, but this, I do remember talking about the pound it needing a break back. Full stop, new line. Just remind me if that trade did go off and you put it on. Full stop, new line. Okay, Glenn has said buy the GBP on a break of 1.6. Comma, and we're there, we've bought it, but we're probably not that happy. You buy more on a break above 1.6052, full stop, new line. And were there any other missing orders from the table? That really shites me. Potential. Potential. NZD USD, new line. We see the Kiwi doing quite well, and maybe the Aussie is doing well too. Seeking out 0.8139. We didn't get a breakdown. If you are long, you can move your stop loss to 0.7862, full stop your line. Maybe the Aussie is going slower. So let's have a look at the Aussie Kiwi quickly, full stop your line. Yes, the Aussie Kiwi is going tragically, full stop your line. Seeking out 1.0881 in a lackluster display for the Aussie, full stop your line. USD CAD, new line. We did think the dollar CAD would go up, and now it's starting to fail. This has got smells of fourth wave, fifth wave, and breakdown below 1.1168. Full stop new line. I'm sort of loath to take that trade until it shows sign of there is divergence, so I guess we can take that trade on a breakdown, but we're not going to take it. Full stop new line. USD CHF new line. Yesterday it looked for all the world that it would break up. Now we think this is A, B, C, looking for 0.9311 and a reason to buy the US dollar lower down, full stop new line. USD JPY new line. Looking down to its target at 104.92. And we were completely carted out on all of the positions that we entered into. That was an ugly move. AUD USD, new line. Well, the Aussie dollar didn't really tank. It just really didn't do anything much. Still looking towards 0.8972. And if you are still long, and I'm not sure how anybody would be after those particular moves, your stop would be at 0.87, full stop, new line. These corrective waves make it awful to try and hold a position on. And I have a suspicion that the Aussie stock market is the same. It's trying to correct when the US market is rolling down, full stop, new line. AUD EUR, new line. This would be on a buy on a break above 0.6916 with a stop loss below 0.6858, targeting 0.6983 or 0.7082, full stop, new line. Maybe the Aussie plays catch up soon, full stop, new line. AUD CHF, new line. It's now down on a 50% retracement of something or other. And if it broke above 0.835, that would be healthy, and you could buy it with a stop loss below 0.8966, full stop, new line. The slippage that we're seeing now leads me to think that this is an okay PHG trade, but I'd like to see a deeper retracement before we take it, full stop, new line. AUD GBP, new line. This has been one of the stronger Aussie crosses, and it's now reached a target and maybe have another go at 0.5527. Above 0.555, expect 0.5633. If you are long, stop is at 0.5450, full stop, new line. AUD JPY, new line. The Aussie yen is trying these magical levels of 92 something or other and 91.13. At the moment, it's trending down, so we'll leave it alone, full stop, new line. And I think that about completes the Forex section. So if you've got any questions, pour them in. Welcome to the Commodities and Futures Speed webinar for Thursday, the 16th of October, 2014. New line. Baltic Dry Index, new line. The Baltic Dry Index continues to decline, and that's been breaking the levels that we didn't want to see. It's now hanging around a level that we do not want to see broken down from. Full stop, new line. It's not good to see. If it does break 930, then we'll expect down towards 827, full stop, new line. And that would confirm some of the central bankers' worst fears, although they don't seem to be able to control it, full stop, new line. I know Janet Yellen opened her trap today or last night because it reached an important technical level last night, or at least an important zone last night, technical zone. We don't know whether it was perfectly on the target, but certainly she opened her mouth at the right time, and we saw it, the stock market scurry back a bit. Full stop, new line. Anyway, Baltic Dry Index is not painting a great picture at the moment for economic activity, and more important things and changes would be above 1,030 if it does happen. Full stop, new line. Chinese iron ore, new line. Chinese iron ore broke back yesterday, which is a good thing, really. I like to see it go not quite make the target, even the weakest target at 85.27. And I want it that way because I want to see BHP go down into the low 30s, $30.88, and maybe even $20, because that's where it should be. $75.17 is the next target if it breaks down below 79.3. Full stop, new line. Uranium futures, new line. These are holding up well. Full stop, new line. And if it breaks above 36, then we'll get excited. But otherwise, expect a dip down to either 34.35 or 33.41, full stop, new line. So this is a correction, and it should go higher eventually, full stop, new line. Crude oil, new line. Crude oil tagged $80.01. It is still trending down, but it also has a smack of a little bit of tiredness on the downside. Full stop, new line. $80 is a big number, and somebody would have sat there and bought some just so they could say, I bought crude oil at $80. Full stop, new line. Now, the really big, important support is down around $74. Full stop, new line. So we may get some more churning before it gets in there. As you can see, $74.95 is important. Full stop, new line. Heating oil, new line. Heating oil has also run away from its lows. We might get a little bit of a triangle here or a little bit of confused pattern. Full stop, new line. We would certainly start to become interested if it broke and closed above 250. Full stop, new line. For the time being, there's no signs of a change in trend yet. Full stop, new line. Natural gas, new line. Some days good days, some days bad days for natural gas. Still making new lows, I believe. Full stop, new line. $3.02 is a dream target. But best, most logical target, $3.66. Full stop, new line. RBOB gasoline, new line. Still looking down towards 2.101, full stop new line. US 30-year bonds, new line. Is that the stupidest move in history or what? Question mark. What sort of a stupid bar is that? Question mark. I truly think that something is stupid with the world, but we'll probably get some bigger winding range churning going on and a contracting triangle of some sorts in this, full stop new line. My idea to sell the breakdown still holds, full stop new line. US 10-year notes, new line. I just want to have a look again at what happened with this on the monthly chart, whether it banged into something. See, look at that. There were stops all up here, and it's still flirting with the old junks. I don't know what to do with it. Leave it alone. Back in the 10-year notes, I don't know what to do with it. Leave it alone. It should be horrible trading for quite some time after that extreme move, full stop new line. Australian 10-year bonds, new line. I did start talking about 96.9 something in the Aussie bonds, and it got close. I didn't think it would be getting there, but 97.19, in other words, 3% Australian bonds. Again, I think break down below 96.25. Would be signaling a little bit of a reversal at the moment. We can't say it to do anything at all. Full stop new line. US dollar index, DX, didn't quite get to our sell level. And now we're looking to buy, dips down towards 83.84 and 84.27 as per the trade sheet in the Forex section. Full stop new line. Grains complex, new line. Corn, new line. Corn is soldiering on. We have seen a reversal in the US dollar, and that is somewhat pleasing. What is unpleasing is corn's decision to pop a slight new high and turn tail. Full stop new line. But we'll simply decide to raise our stop towards 3.35. Full stop new line. Which gives us a little bit of pain or pleasure for the pain that we had before, but nothing much. Rough rice, new line. Not really going up too well, but not really going down at all. I guess if you are long and you are nervous, your stop should be somewhere around about the 12.4 area, full stop new line. At this point, I think it's still trying to form a base, but it's very hard to imagine how it's going to break out. But what I would say is by a breakout above 12.78, full stop new line, with a stop loss below 12.5, hoping for 13.65, full stop new line. Soybean oil, new line. We see soybean oil failing a bit, and bizarrely, or not so bizarrely, but supply-wise, I guess that's the case. The reason is there's plenty of soybeans out there, so they can make plenty of soybean oil, full stop new line. So even if the US dollar is pulling back or weakening, the soybean oil is not producing, full stop new line. The next support for soybean oil is 31.65, full stop new line. Soybeans, new line. We can see soybeans, ABC sort of pattern, and it's probably hoping for 939 on the downside before another potential rally up. At the moment, can't say to do anything unless it closes above 9.73, full stop new line. Wheat, new line. Wheat again, one of the stronger grains, full stop new line. Still not making it above the old tops, the old lows. So if long, raise your stop to 4.98, full stop new line. Copper, new line. Copper did great. Copper got slammed. Copper whacked us. Full stop new line. The best laid plans of mice and men. This is the third time. I think if we go again, the third time we'll be in there, and I think we just have to ignore the stupid thing. Gold, new line. Thank God gold did a lap of honor with the bonds in a stupid move, but we don't think it's a stupid move because it's 4R trade up to 1260, full stop new line. And we can raise our stop up to 1220. Silver, new line. We consider what silver did to be a stupid move, but nonetheless, we're back to break even and we weren't stopped out. So we'll raise our stop loss up to 16.92. Palladium, new line. Fell right out of bed, just like copper. And I did think it would start to break up above 8,000, but maybe it needs to buy on a break above 784 with a stop below 750, all weight down for 722 on the downside, full stop new line. Platinum, new line. Basically jiggled up and down on the spot, broke out, and then broke down, but ended up in the same place. So confusion reigns supreme in platinum, full stop new line. Probably tracing out a fourth wave before going lower eventually, full stop new line. Cocoa, new line. Cocoa sogged down the other day, sogged up, and really don't know what it's doing. Again, as I said, we look to sell up here if it gets up there, full stop new line. Dangerous days indeed. And notice the monthly low wasn't breached. So maybe with this Ebola, you could expect 38.91, full stop new line. Strange. Coffee, new line. My suspicions about coffee are actually very well founded, full stop new line. I know I raised the stop yesterday, but where did I put it? I think it was 216. I'm just waiting for this to get loaded up. And it's actually blown away my Word documents. Full stop new line. So if somebody can confirm the stop I put on last night, I think it was 216 or thereabouts. It was, oh, actually it's revived itself. We raised the stop loss to 216.14. We raised the stop loss last night to 214, and that's where it should be, full stop new line. It will probably get stopped out tonight, full stop new line. Cotton, new line. I'll be fascinated to know what happened with cotton. Cotton not surviving that well, but then it's a real bastard of a market to trade. We're going to raise our stop loss up to 62.82, and don't be surprised if it slices through us like a knife through butter. Potential. Sugar, new line. We see sugar finally trying to fill us, but just missing out. We're actually going to lower our entry level to 16.33. Or a break above 16.72. Orange juice, new line. It seems like my orange juice orders have disappeared. There was another one lower down at 124, full stop, new line. I'll reinstate them at 124.5. With 1/3 at 128.65. potential. Okay, now we're going to get on to the fabulous and wonderful equities markets, which everyone, I think, which many people are waiting to see. I don't know whether that's really going to be that exciting compared to last night. It certainly was a lot of fun last night. It kept me awake for a while. I love seeing the market slices through butter. It is producing some interesting responses. And I haven't seen what Janet Yellen's trap came up with. Not that I really think that it's a good thing that she opens her trap ever. But that's neither here nor there. We'll be starting the other one soon. Apologies, I stuffed up the transcript for the commodities. Okay, I need you to tell me whether you can see my screen, please. Let me know if you can see my screen. I'd appreciate that. Can see Google on my photo. Can you see it now? There's a whole bunch of stupid Fed officials. 5 specs Fed people are speaking tonight. St. Louis Fed, Minneapolis Fed, Kansas City Fed, Esther George. She could be the new Janet Yellen. That should be showing up now on the screen. Welcome to the World Indices Speed webinar for Thursday, the 16th of October, 2014. Well, the US markets fell like a hot knife through butter last night. That little triangle I thought would hold up for a few days before it broke, and then they decided, no, sorry, The world is too long US equities, and it's too scary at the moment holding on to them, full stop, new line. But when you look at what fund managers are saying, they're saying, it's looking like it's the end of the move, full stop, new line. I thought it might be the end of the move over these next couple of days, but when I find myself agreeing with fund managers, I find myself to be wrong, full stop, new line. We have a question from Don in Texas I'd like to review straight away, full stop, new line. There's a stock called TZA.US, new line. This is a direction, small cap bear, 3 times leverage, full stop, new line. It is an ETF and has been chronically falling for the past 5 years, full stop, new line. It has had a recapitalization, which is always a bad sign, and probably is best described as bullish if it can get above $20.55, full stop, new line. It has had very good volume on the upside, which we can see on the weekly chart, full stop, new line. This week it popped its head above the old tops and failed. So therefore we want to force it through those levels, full stop, new line. You might consider buying it down towards $17.21, full stop, new line. $17.15 to $17.38 is also a nice area and zone, full stop, new line. For the time being, I wouldn't be running out and buying it too quickly, and having a stop loss at $17 would be smart, full stop, new line. If you buy the breakout, your stop loss needs to be at $19, full stop, new line. Dow Jones Transportation Average, new line. The Dow Jones Transportation Average is in the triangle I'm talking about, full stop, new line. Notice there was quite good volume last night in the buying session, full stop, new line. They do want to get it back up a bit, probably towards 81.70, full stop, new line. And it's possible that they know or knew that Janet Yellen would open her trap, full stop, new line. And the merry band of Federal Reserve henchmen and women that only get airplay for their sorry lives when something bad happens, full stop, new line. In any way, it's leading the concept that there is a correction due of some scale, whatever that is. It's trying to hang on to its existence. That will change on a break below 7,700, full stop, new line. Dow Jones Industrial Average, new line. We talked about 16,100 as a target area. We also talked about 15,724, full stop, new line. We see heavy volume to the downside. And really, this is a bar where we just convert to the excitement on the downside into normal closes, and we'll see something a little bit different. Firstly, when we convert it to a closing price chart, we see that it can rally towards 16,330. That would be normal. And we do have a 5-wave structure that is potentially complete on the downside, with maybe another one close lower, full stop, new line. If you are short and you are trying to hold on to your shorts, your 16,600 area is a good stop loss, full stop, new line. I did think a rally could come from yesterday. Maybe it comes from tonight, with a new low tonight on a close, and then a rally for a bit, full stop, new line. In any event, it's not worth being long the US stock market until 24th to the 28th of October, full stop, new line. And when there's a sign that it is changing trend, full stop, new line. If we get a rally, we should have our eyes on 16,500 as a close above point, and that would signal some changes on a medium-term basis, full stop, new line. But for the time being, the Dow trend is down, and there is some signs that the transports are saying it could reverse at some stage. When that is, I don't know, full stop, new line. S&P 500 cash index, new line. A rally back up to 1880 could be possible, full stop, new line. We see that 1777 is a pretty reasonable target to expect given the place where the downtrend is at the moment, full stop, new line. And we also notice that the E-mini S&P closed a bit lower than what the S&P 500 cash index would imply, full stop, new line. Now that might be just a little bit of manipulation on behalf of our friends who like to manipulate, full stop, new line. E-mini S&P, new line. We see 1773 as a possibility of a target as well, which lines up with 1777 in the S&P 500 cash index, full stop, new line. We see 1873 and 1865 as rally points, full stop, new line. And if it was going to inspire a good rally, it would be above 1880, in my opinion, full stop, new line. The trend is still down. When we look at the hourly chart, we see that the E-mini had a 2-hour rally on reasonable volume, but it retraced into a perfect target to sell into. So at the moment, we would look for 1830 on the downside, and if that breaks, then we'll be looking to test 1810, full stop, new line. In other words, what happened was everyone got short and then everyone panicked and got stopped out all the way back up to 1863. A bit like it did above 1900 before it collapsed. So we're getting that sort of wild ranges again, big short squeezes, and then the market trundles off to the downside, full stop, new line. I have to think that most fund managers are heavily long US equities, full stop, new line, and there just is not a lot of buyers out there to support it, full stop, new line. So no one is short, and there are not a lot of people to buy it back, full stop, new line. The short traders are actually in the futures and derivatives, not short a lot of stock as far as I can see, full stop, new line. NASDAQ, new line. Who was talking about 3,700 last night and the day before, question mark? The trend is still down. There is no reason to think that it hasn't changed. A change is above 38.30, full stop, new line. And for the time being, it's still going down, full stop, new line. It has gone from being one of the strongest indices to being one of the weaker indices. Now it has sat on support, so if you were buying it back, you would be okay to buy some back and re-establish shorts on a breakdown below 36.90 with a stop loss above 3800, full stop, new line, hoping for 29.34. No, really, I'm just joking there. With a bit of tongue-in-cheek, the 3500 area would be a good place, full stop, new line. Volatility index, the VIX, new line. When we look on a closing price basis, we see a bit of a five-wave structure here. We could come back down to 23.12. The trend is still up, even though it got overstretched yesterday and reached into 30, full stop, new line. The higher target is towards $40.55, full stop, new line. VXX.ETF, new line. This blew through my target area. Look at the volume on this. and $53.28 might be an achievable target. That's enormous volume. If you wanted to buy something and you got a dip to buy, $37.59, if it was a normal share, would be the place to buy. Your stop loss, if it was a normal share, would be at $36.78. Full stop your line. German DAX, new line. This blew away my lower level targets, and we must be considering 8,108 if the world doesn't change in a real hurry. Stop loss if long would be above 8,800. Full stop your line. I mean stop loss if short. And 8,108 would be a good place for it to come back to and then bounce from. Full stop your line. Euro Stocks 50, new line. I talked about 2,900 and it's there. The trend is still down there though. Full stop your line. That makes it unwise to buy. You might think about looking for 27.29 or 27.94 in line with the DAX getting down into those areas. Full stop your line. Otherwise, leave it alone if you are not long. If you are long, I'm sorry, you needed to have stopped yourself out. Full stop your line. Italian UK FTSE, new line. A bigger move than I thought. I thought we'd do 6,400. I thought we'd go to 6,400 and then find some support. There is a bit of support around here on a closing price basis at 62.14. Full stop your line. But the big level in terms of price traded is 6,097. Full stop your line. You would have to think that this stock market fall would knock a fair amount of consumer confidence around once they realize what's happening. Full stop your line. At the moment, the fund managers are probably telling the journalists, don't worry about it, it's a buying opportunity. And so the journalists are probably going, oh, this is good. Full stop, new line. I won't tell much. I won't get too panicky because there's a buying opportunity. Full stop, new line. There is probably a buying opportunity, but where it is, I am guessing at with my targets, and hopefully we'll find a place to rest our head and buy some equities later on this month. Full stop, your line. Italian MIB, new line. This did not like being up there. It doesn't like being a lesser sibling of the German DAX, I guess. Full stop, your line. And that 18,000 target I gave appears quite reasonable now. Full stop, your line. But better targets live down at 16,227. If you are short, stop loss is at 19,407, full stop new line. And that's a very long way away. A closer stop loss would be at 19,150, full stop new line. Australian share price index futures, new line. The SPY managed to be okay. We're going to look at it on the hourly chart soon because it might give us a bit of a different perspective. 49.87 on the downside is a target, and 53.12 on the top side is a target. Full stop new line. And the hourly chart shows that the SPY has garnered some strength over the US markets. Full stop new line, and that's pleasing. However, a break below 51.60 will not be pleasing. Full stop new line. See how it opens. I suspect it'll open down around 51.55 or something like that. Full stop new line. In fact, I think it's just opening. Somebody can tell me the open. Full stop new line. We covered the Shanghai market last night. We looked at the Hong Kong market, so there's no need to look at those. Let's look at the GDX, etc. Full stop new line. GDX, we can't see that it broke out, but we do want to see it break out above $22. That will put us into some profit, I hope, and look for $24.40. Our stop losses remain the same. Full stop new line. NCGY. It had a flurry down. $8.19 would be a great place to pick it up. Notice that it's stuck between being excited about gold and being depressed about shares. Full stop new line. A very annoying state to be in. Full stop new line. TBT.ETF, new line. This is, I must say, a disturbing dip buy that I had, and let's see if it was a price stop or a stop close only I put on. Pretty well unbelievable. Just 1 second, please. So what we are seeing here is that TBT gave us a gift from God. So I shouldn't be complaining about the move in the bonds, full stop, new line. We are long at $50, believe it or not, and our stop loss has not been triggered because it was a $49.80 stop close only, full stop, new line. God doesn't work this way. He doesn't like us being smart and clever. So he prefers us to be a little bit more dumber than this. And it really felt like a dumb order when I realized we had it on. And the bonds had done that. So we're entered on $50. We had a look at the ASX last night. If anyone's got any questions, I'm happy to answer them on Australian stocks right now. So do we have any needs, wants, fears, hopes? Australian share price index futures we see backed off a little bit. I haven't got the data on the open yet. Full stop, new line. WEB.ASX, new line. And Tim, in these webinars, what we do is we put in the code, we type in the code WEB.ASX just so we know where we're at. A bit like the questions in the other ones. I will also look at Flight Centre as well. Webjet is doing well and should. Webjet is doing pretty well. It is recovering from being hammered and should hit towards $3.30, comma, and maybe $3.61, full stop, new line. I don't need to disregard it. I just need to educate. Just because I'm used to seeing it that way, my mind gets fuzzed. There is a bit of a target on a longer term basis at $3.40, full stop, new line. I think you'll find that it's recovering rather than creating a whole new bull market for itself. And once it hits 340 or even 360, it may go down towards $2.09, full stop, new line. If you are long, have your stop loss at $2.96, full stop new line. FLT.ASX, new line. Last night there was a case of Ebola in the US, a second case of Ebola, and that person had flown on a plane, full stop new line. My theory, and this is coming from my wife and the medical fraternity, is the plane is the most dangerous place that you can be if somebody has Ebola. Why is that, question mark? It's simply because the blood products, the coughing, whatever they do, secretes the Ebola virus very easily. And in a plane, you are in a very contained atmosphere, particularly when you go to the toilet. Full stop new line. I did say this was a sell looking for $35.70, comma, and Webjet shares the same thing, but it's maybe benefiting from the idea that people are selling Flight Centre, full stop new line, and hedging against Webjet, which has already been punished, full stop new line. Anyway, $35.73 target, full stop new line. On the downside, $40.05 might provide some support today. But if it slices through $40, expect that run down to $38.85. Notice the high volume on the downside and something that you do not see on normal charts, but it's just slip sliding down on the close. Full stop new line. Okay, there being no more further questions. Thank you all very much and talk to you soon.